Ladies and gentlemen, could you please rise for the entrance of the University of Saskatchewan 2018 Spring Convocation graduates?
Would the graduands please turn and face the platform? Thank you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Spring Convocation 2018. Would you please join our vocalist, Angela Urichanine, in the singing of O Canada?
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Please be seated. Once again, graduands, distinguished guests, family and friends, and those who are watching on our live streaming service, welcome to Spring Convocation. My name is Beth Bilson, and I'm the University Secretary. I now have the honor of introducing to you the members of the platform party that you see before you. Starting on your right in the front row, Russ Eisinger, University Registrar, Patty McDougall, Vice Provost, Teaching, Learning and Student Experience, Grit McCreath, Honorary Ambassador, Pauline Mellis, representing the Alumni Association, Henry Gardapi, Traditional Knowledge Keeper, Tony Vanelli, Provost and Vice President Academic, President Peter Stoichev, Chancellor Roy Romano, David Carpenter, this afternoon's recipient of an honorary degree, Wendy Roy, Professor, Department of English, presenting today's honorary degree recipient, Peter Bonham-Smith, Dean, College of Arts and Science, Murray Fulton, Director, Johnson Shirayama Graduate School of Public Policy, Irina Creed, Executive Director, School of Environment and Sustainability. And in the second row, our orators, Lynn Bertucci, Daryl Gunther, Kathleen James Cavan. From the University Senate, Victoria Neufeld, Jesus Corona Gomez, Graduate Students Association Vice President, Finance and Operations, Coden Nickbacht, President of the University of Saskatchewan Students' Union, Judith Henderson, representing the University of Saskatchewan Retirees Association, Robert Calder, Professor Emeritus, Department of English, Lauren Elias, Associate Dean of Student Affairs, College of Arts and Science, Tammy Marsh, Associate Dean, St. Thomas More College, Ryan Walker, Associate Dean, College of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies, Ingrid Pickering, Vice Dean, Research, Scholarly and Artistic Work, College of Arts and Science, Dirk de Boer, Vice Dean, Indigenous, College of Arts and Science, Gordon Debreze, Vice Dean, College of Arts and Science. And behind them, and I would ask them to stand, members of the faculty of the University of Saskatchewan. Would you please join me in expressing to all of these faculty, administration, and members of our governing bodies our thanks for the work they have done by supporting, teaching, and encouraging our graduates. We acknowledge the traditional territory of Treaty 6 and the homeland of the Métis on which we have gathered for this event. We pay our respects to the First Nations and Métis ancestors of this place and reaffirm our relationship with one another. Please stand as you are able for the honor song. Please be seated.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's so wonderful to see so many people here today to honor the graduates who have worked so hard to get to cross the stage today. It's great when we can celebrate all of this together. I want you to know that we do not always wear these clothes when we go to work each day. Some of us wear them at home. I wear them when I go out to get the mail, much to the chagrin of dogs in the neighborhood and my kids. It's wonderful that everybody's here today. We're wearing this for you. Thank you. Eminent Chancellor, graduates, and families, honored guests, I thank the many people who are here today to be part of this moment in the University of Saskatchewan's history. In particular, I want to acknowledge today's knowledge keeper, Henry Gardepy, the Buffalo Boys drum group who plays that honor song at every one of these convocation ceremonies, our honorary degree recipient, David Carpenter. You'll be hearing from him shortly in the program. Our honorary ambassador, Grit McCreath, who's here from Calgary in this case, and the orchestra playing for us today. I also acknowledge the many faculty who are on the stage with us today. They're the core of this university. They've been leaders and mentors for so many of you who will graduate today. We're here to celebrate a milestone in the lives of the graduates who will soon cross the stage. We're proud of them. They're proud of what they've done. Life is richer when we collectively acknowledge success and hard work and rites of passage such as this one today. But we're also here because this university has brought us together. A university is a wonderful and very special thing, a great experiment in the ongoing conversation that we call democracy. Universities are crucial participants in that conversation. We're so fortunate to be in Canada and to have the freedoms we have. Given the world we're in now, where it's difficult to separate out what's true and what's not true, where our future depends on knowledge and the good use of it, where research holds the key to our greatest challenges, where free speech and informed speech are critical to our humanity, universities are needed more than they have ever been, and the University of Saskatchewan is needed more than it has ever been. And what all of you crossing this stage today, strengthened with a university degree, go on to do in your lives will matter immensely in our collective futures. You did all that work. You went to the classes for the most part. You did write the essays and assignments and exams, and you earned the right to be here in this moment today. But you and I know that many others helped. So take the time to thank your spouses and partners, parents and grandparents, friends, brothers and sisters, aunts and uncles, communities, elementary school teachers, high school teachers, the professors you appreciated, or the classmates who helped you out, because you don't achieve something this big without a lot of help along the way. Many graduates across this country are sitting in seats like you are, in auditoriums like this one right now, getting their university degrees. But I want to tell you that there is something special about a U of S degree, and it's because at this university we govern ourselves not only on the basis of what we want to be, but what the world needs us to be. The world needs cures for cancer, and we are the home of the cobalt-60 radiation therapy that revolutionized cancer therapy treatment in 1951 and saved the lives of millions of cancer patients around the world. The small Acme Machine and Electric Company right around the corner from here on Idlewild built the casing. U of S medical researchers built the concept. Many thousands of patients were treated here over the next 20 years until it was replaced with newer technology in 1971. Sylvia Fedorik, who later became Saskatchewan's Lieutenant Governor, and after that our Chancellor, was a graduate student member of the project's team and an alumna of the College of Arts and Science. Significant cancer research continues at the U of S, building on that world-famous history. The world needs thoughtful, educated, and humane leaders, and some of the country's most formative holders of high office got their degrees here. Among them are Prime Minister John Diefenbaker, Governor General Ray Natishian, premiers such as Scott Moe and our Chancellor Roy Romano. All in all, 9 Canadian premiers have now been students at the U of S, many of them arts and science alumni. Many lieutenant governors of Saskatchewan, including Tom Malloy, a former U of S chancellor and an arts and science alumnus, and of other provinces, including Ontario's current Lieutenant Governor Elizabeth Dowdeswell. Many Canadian ambassadors to countries around the world, dozens of high-ranking public officials who served in Ottawa, such as Gordon Thiessen, former Governor of the Bank of Canada and an arts and science alumnus. Aboriginal leaders, like our previous Chancellor Blaine Fable, former Chief of the FSIN. This extraordinary public service record speaks to the importance of our Johnson Shoyama School of Public Policy as well. The world needs groundbreaking researchers who change how we understand the world we live in. And people who went on to win Nobel Prizes were here. One was chemistry graduate student Henry Tobey in arts and science, who received it in 1983. Another Nobel laureate from the U of S was Gerhard Hertzberg, who was offered a position in physics in arts and science in 1935 by our first president, Walter Murray, to escape Nazi Germany when no other university on this continent had the vision or the humanity to offer him one. Hertzberg won the Nobel Prize in Chemistry in 1971. The world needs great writers, and writers such as Sharon Butala, who wrote Perfection of the Morning, and three-time Governor General's Award winner Guy Vanderhaeg, an arts and science alumnus, were here. Hilda Neatby, who wrote the controversial book on Canadian education, So Little for the Mind, was an arts and science faculty member. Bob Calder, on stage today, just awarded the Saskatchewan Order of Merit. William Devereux, one of Canada's best ever crime novelists. David Carpenter, our honorary degree recipient this afternoon. The world needs open-minded, courageous, and compassionate members of the justice sector, and we have graduated many. Supreme Court Justice Emmett Hall was a student here, a law school classmate of John Diefenbaker's, and Diefenbaker later became our chancellor. Justice Hall's report for the 1964 Royal Commission on National Health Care Services recommended Canada adopt Saskatchewan's public health insurance model. In it, he wrote that the only thing more expensive than good health care is no health care. Emmett Hall later became Chancellor of the U of S. Roy Romano, another law school alumnus and now our Chancellor, authored in 2002 the only other Royal Commission on the Future of Health Care in Canada. These aren't only examples of justice in action, they're examples of social justice in action. All of these were arts and science students. The world needs great athletes and coaches, and Olympian Sandra Schmerler, Coach Lyle Sanderson, track athlete Diane Jones-Konahowski, NHL coaches Mike Babcock and Dave King were at the U of S. In fact, recently 4 of the NHL's head coaches were student athletes here with Huskies hockey. And we think again of the athletes and leaders and those supporting them who lost their lives in the Humboldt Broncos tragedy, some of whom were U of S students, and who put in perspective for us what a privilege it is to be here today, celebrating the beautiful futures of our young people. The world needs peace, sometimes hard fought, and in this, the 100th anniversary of the end of the First World War, I'm also reminded of the 345 students, faculty, and staff who enlisted in it. 69 sacrificed themselves in the line of duty. They are commemorated on the university's memorial gates, on College Drive. More than 100 more were wounded, and 35 were awarded Medals of Valor. The university gave so many brave soldiers to the cause that the College of Engineering closed its doors for the 1916-17 academic year when the faculty, staff, and students enlisted en masse. More U of S soldiers were killed in the war than graduated from here in 1918, exactly 100 years ago from this convocation we are celebrating today. These are examples of what I mean when I say that we're the university the world needs. Now in our second century, enjoying a time of peace here, secured by those who went before us, and by the accomplishments of our alumni and faculty like those on the stage, we are seen as a research leader in the country, with Canada's only synchrotron, where we've pioneered how to produce medical isotopes without using a nuclear reactor. There is a huge national and international need for these isotopes due to the closure of Chalk River just a few weeks ago. And our cyclotron is now providing medical isotopes to Royal University Hospital. That's a fitting homage to the Cobalt-60 work that was done here over half a century ago. The world needs to provide food to its rapidly growing population. In order to meet the world's food needs, agricultural productivity needs to almost double. Our Global Institute for Food Security is helping do just that. The world needs to understand the reasons for droughts and floods to safeguard our communities against tragedies, such as recent ones in Calgary, Houston, New Brunswick, BC, and here in Saskatchewan. Our Global Institute for Water Security, the largest university-led water security research center in the world, is doing just that, supported by the exceptional research by members of the School of Environment and Sustainability. These two institutes are also examples of how we bring together different parts of the university to work on global problems. With 17 colleges and graduate schools, we have more than any Canadian university of our size. This is a crucial feature of who we are, because although we do not know what the solutions are to the major challenges facing us today, we do know this, that none of them will be solved by a single discipline or a single person, but by many people from many disciplines working together. We are poised to help do just that, with faculty like the ones on the stage before you, who are at the cutting edge of research, scholarly, and artistic work. All of these things matter. They demonstrate why we're one of the top 15 research-intensive universities in the country, and why the U of S leads all Canada's 96 universities when it comes to the per capita economic impact on the surrounding region. They demonstrate how we make our province, Canada, and the world a better place. Saskatoon, too. Great cities need and deserve great universities. A strong relationship between the two is crucial, and we are fortunate to have one with the City of Saskatoon. A formal partnership is the first of its kind in Canada between a major university and the city that it's in. I say all this to emphasize that the U of S degree you've worked hard to receive today has tremendous value. Many employers tell me that when they see an application from a U of S grad, it gets special attention because the quality of the university is so high and because of its graduates' work ethic that's part of our prairie roots. And also, because you haven't just learned one particular area of study, you've learned how to transfer what you've learned in one discipline to what is needed in another. You've learned about excellence, and excellence is a transferable skill. Why does that matter? Because we will all need to be able to solve problems that we can't even imagine today. Saskatchewan's future will depend on it. The world's will. 44% of the available jobs in this province require the skills and knowledge that a university education provides, but only 25% of Saskatchewan's workforce has a university education. This underscores the critical importance of investing in higher education and the fact that we are a crucial part of the province's future success. The U of S is a leader in helping Saskatchewan stay ahead of the innovation curve. Without our kind of research, scholarly, and artistic work, and our kind of teaching, there's no innovation, and without innovation, we all have a diminished future. So now, more than ever before, we all need people with degrees like yours, from a university like yours, to help build a more sustainable world, a more equitable world, a world with the courage to embrace diversity. I'm proud that we now have students from 109 countries attending the U of S, and many of those countries are represented by graduates here today. The world also needs us to be a country that responds to the work of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, because as its chair, Senator Murray Sinclair, stated at the U of S just over 2 years ago, education is the key to reconciliation. I am grateful that the U of S is seen in this country as a participant, not a bystander, in building reconciliation. And this year we have more Indigenous students at our university than ever before in its history. In 1915, Annie Mackay became the first Indigenous student to graduate from here, and she went on to work at the university for 44 years. At this week's ceremonies, almost 400 Indigenous students will graduate. And this year, more than 3,100 Indigenous students are enrolled at the U of S, up 28% over the last 5 years. We are at a time when the country faces the greatest cultural challenge and opportunity of its history. Being the university the world needs today means committing to reconciliation, to reconciliation, not to supplant traditional Western understanding, but to enrich it, acknowledge thousands of years of deep learning that occurred here long prior to it, and give all students a more informed and ultimately more compassionate understanding of the world, knowing that the measure of a civilization is its compassion, not its ability to consume. Achieving this will take a strategic mixture of patience and impatience, and it will take time. But as Walter Murray wrote to a friend in 1908, when traveling here to begin his work as our first president, we are building for centuries. So in the end, what's all this that you're achieving today about? Only you can actually answer that for yourself, but part of it is about being able to contribute to your community, to this province, to this country, to the world, to be a person the world needs in your own right. For me, it has always been about a passion for the idea of a university, a radical experiment in human culture, a place where we learn to be humble servants of a democratic society and respectful critics of it, where we can be building for centuries. For the Annie Mackays, Roy Romanows, John Diefenbakers, Gerhard Hertzbergs, Hilda Neatbys, Sharon Butalas, Emmett Halls, Sylvia Fedoraks, and David Carpenters of the world, it was about something else. None of them, while at university, knew exactly where they were headed, but they knew to listen for a passion to follow, and that became an endless journey. For you, it will be something else. Doesn't matter exactly what it is, but be passionate and compassionate about it and use it for good. Congratulations to the graduands of today, and let the show begin.
Eminent Chancellor, honored guests, it's my very great pleasure to introduce Dr. David Carpenter, recipient of an Honorary Doctor of Letters degree. David Carpenter is being recognized today for his career as an author and editor, a teacher, scholar, mentor, and leader of writers' organizations. Born in Alberta, he came to Saskatchewan in 1975 to join the Department of English as a professor of Canadian literature, and was on the faculty of the University of Saskatchewan for more than 20 years. In this capacity, he taught many generations of students and was a valued colleague. He also began a distinguished career as a writer, honing a talent that was evident in short stories, novels, nature and life writing, journalism, essays, and poetry. He has traced the roots of his writing to a childhood restlessness, a wish to experience the world and have adventures. He writes about travel, about fishing, about the sky and the prairies, and most centrally, about human relationships. His writing is characterized by a strong sense of place and a distinctive voice. Speaking of his book of essays, Writing Home, a reviewer said, "Those who despair of the divisive politics that shake our country will take heart from this very Canadian book. To enter David Carpenter's world is to travel in the company of a man who has learned to love and to express that love in friendship and small deeds." Dr. Carpenter has also edited the 3-volume Literary History of Saskatchewan, a meticulous record of the literary heritage of the province, and was for some years the fiction editor of Grain magazine, an important vehicle for the promotion of Saskatchewan writing. He has been a tireless mentor of other writers, described by his fellow author Trevor Harriott as our wise and protective Akela, the genial den father of Saskatchewan letters. The Education of Augie Morasti, which appeared in 2015, is an example of the impulse for human connection that is an underlying theme of Dr. Carpenter's writing, and of his generosity in helping others to find a voice. For 14 years, he corresponded with Augie Morasti, a Cree trapper and fisherman. He collated these letters and stories as a basis for a narrative of Mr. Morasti's years of suffering and abuse in a residential school in northern Saskatchewan. The resulting book led to Dr. Carpenter's designation by one commentator as one of the best people of 2015. Eminent Chancellor, I present to you David Cameron Carpenter and ask that you confer on him the degree of Doctor of Letters, honoris causa.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the legislature of the province, and with the consent of the Senate of this university, I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Letters, honoris causa, and invest you with all the powers, rights, and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Thank you very much for those kind words, Wendy, Chancellor Romano, President Stoichev, graduates and your families, fellow honorees, good friends, ladies and gentlemen. I'm staring at quite a crowd here today. Young people who are currently making their families very proud. As of today, you graduates have the distinction of holding a degree in your field of study. And the university has honored me with the task of sending you into the world with one or two servings of wisdom. I'm thinking of myself today as a sort of community elder, perhaps, a man grown old enough to be sought out for his advice. It's just possible I'm the oldest person here today in this assembly, and I'm not even sure what good old people are these days, unless it's loaning money to their kids. Wendy presented a wonderful introduction, and I almost didn't recognize the guy she was describing, because my advice this afternoon comes from a long history of screw-ups, youthful vanity, acts of beer-fueled spontaneity that only now seem inconsiderate, insensitive, or ill-advised. Here's just an early example. When I was in elementary school, I had a friend named Kenny Benbow. He had poor coordination. He walked with a stiff, awkward gait. He had trouble with his schoolwork, but he was a wizard at the piano. He came from a family of working-class Welsh immigrants, all of whom who could sing "Do You Ken John Peel with the Coat So Gay?" Kenny and I would play among the excavations and dirt mounds for new houses under construction. On the cold afternoons, his parents would call us in for tea. One day when I was in grade 4, my friends and I were spreading joy and understanding in the schoolyard. We had discovered that if one of us distracted a kid while the other went down on all fours behind him, the first guy could push him and he would crash to the ground. Ha, 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 we would say. We were such wondrous little marvels. On that day that I pulled this trick on Kenny Benbow, Kenny went flying to the ground, and then he glared up at me as though I were like all the other bullies in the schoolyard who had pushed and taunted him. It took me about a week to apologize to Kenny, but the damage had been done. I would forever be the boy who pushed Kenny Benbow because it would be such a funny trick. My son Will, like Kenny Benbow, is autistic. And like Kenny Benbow, he is a whiz on the piano. And like Kenny, he too was bullied in the schoolyard. I'm a writer by vocation. We are very good at remembering all the dumb things we did when we were younger, all the thoughtless little cruelties we committed for a laugh in the cause of thoughtless pleasure. To this day, I regret pushing Kenny Benbow in the schoolyard. To this day, I regret my selfish lapses of awareness, my heedless dismissals of people I had no time for, my pathetic little abuses of power, my lapses of kindness and patience towards people who may have needed a gesture of goodwill from me, who needed me to be present. I guess I must have acquired some good intentions as I grew up. When I was a young man in Edmonton, I came upon a couple having a drunken spat outside a bar in a tough part of town. The man began to pummel his wife, and I decided to step in. "Stop beating that woman," I cried, with all the moral outrage I could muster. Predictably, the man went after me, but he was so drunk that he could hardly even see his target. Perhaps I was congratulating myself at my skill in evading his blows when out of nowhere, something heavy collided with my head. Imagine my surprise when I discovered that it was the purse of the woman I was hoping to defend. "Stop interfering," she cried. I retired from the field of battle at that moment, perhaps dimly aware that I had learned a lesson, that there are subtler ways of intervening in a fight between drunken lovers. That's the first bit of wisdom. Later, when I was a graduate student living in the States, I fell under the weight of a bad depression. Graduate school will do that to you, just warning you. I wandered into a cafe, I ordered coffee, and swam around for a while in my own gloom, little knowing that I looked as despairing as I was feeling. The waitress who had brought my coffee returned and touched me on the shoulder and said, "Are you okay?" I could have been a psychopath or a ne'er-do-well or an abusive, raging drunk, but my waitress risked crossing that line between herself and a stranger and said to me, "Are you okay?" Try and imagine just how that simple gesture helped to restore me on that night. In the Good Samaritan department, I think she got it just right. When you grow old, kindness comes easier, compassion comes more readily with the territory, and I wonder sometimes who that boy was who upended Kenny Benbow and laughed about it among his friends. Perhaps I'm expected to cheer you on to successful careers, to tell you that nothing worthwhile in this life is achieved without backbreaking labor, to go out into the world and make your mark, to climb ladders and mountains to greater glory, because the world is now officially your oyster. But what I really want to say to you is take out your earbuds now and then and listen to people you've never met before. Listen to their stories, not merely to feel sorry for them, but to find empathy and common cause with them. Wisdom and morality begin when you start to listen, when you see beyond the differences to all the things that make us human. Don't wait until you're as old as I am. As the celebrated writer George Sanders recently said to a gathering like this one, try to speed up the compassion campaign. And once in a while, dare to ask the question of a stranger in distress, "Are you okay?" Thank you very much.
Eminent Chancellor, Mr. President, members of the University Senate and Board, I present to you the petition of the Council of this university that the candidates to be named, having fulfilled all the requirements of the bylaws, may, with your permission, be admitted to the degrees, diplomas, and certificates to which they are entitled.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the legislature of this province, and with the consent of the Council of this university, I consent to admit you to the degrees, diplomas, and certificates to which you are entitled, and to vest you with all the powers, rights, and privileges pertaining thereto.
So if I could have the attention of the graduands for a moment, I'm going to give you an idea of what you're supposed to do next, which is you will all sort of move towards the stage, not all at once, move towards the stage there. And when you're coming towards the first podium over here, if you could turn and face the camera, there will be a hood put around your shoulders. Then you can proceed to the podium and hand over your card to the orator who will announce your name. Once your name has been announced, you should proceed across the stage, and this is big. Shake hands with the Chancellor, and that's when he will admit you to the convocation of the university. If he says he's not going to, I'm not sure what to suggest. So once you've shaken hands with the Chancellor, you can proceed over to this side of the stage where you'll be greeted by the President, and you will have a parchment presented to you by the Dean or Associate Dean of your college or school, and then you can make your way down the stairs over there and return to your seat. So if I could ask the students in the front row, please, to get up and make your way over to this stage.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Arts and Science, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the Certificate in Criminology and Addictions. I present to you Shiny Chowdhury, Jaboho Joinhonour Malatia, Richard Gerald Rotenberger, Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Arts and Science, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Bachelor of Arts, 3-year. I present to you Saeed Ahmad, Paula Souza Bertola, Mallory Larissa Burnoff, Haley Jordan Cross, Tara Aline Dishko, Wenbo Fu. Lucas Cole Kekets Goodbranson. Caitlin Laura Michelle Harold. Michelle Dawn Ireland. Marcus Darrell McKen. Zoya Nassim, with distinction. Cassandra Willette. Mona Lee Patterson, with distinction. Hunaina Masood Shah. Dakota Rose Sinclair. Kylie Elizabeth Skoretz. Jessie Lee M. Wyanzek, with distinction. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Arts and Science, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Bachelor of Arts 4-year. I present to you Mark Karakira Asimwe. Junji Shane Almenda Bariana. Kendra Banak, with distinction. Aaron Blancard. David Eric Jacob Gabriel Brecht. Raina Gail Dawn Siskovich. Melissa Janelle Drever. Michael James Ewan. Heather Leanne Gamble. Samuel John Garnett. Peyton Bailey Louisa Amy Hardis. Hasini Hemant. John Homer. Claudia Lopez Mijangos. Chelsea McGinnis. Malika Payenda Muhammad. Lu Ching Shan. Charndeep Singh. Afanul Hassan Syed with distinction. Evan White. Hancheng Zhang. Jinyang Zhang. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Arts and Science, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the Bachelor of Arts honors. I present to you Ahmed Abouida. Daryl Joseph Ackerman. Sarah Jane Adair with high honors. Kayla Anika Erisman. Kyle Raymond Ashdown with high honors. Audrey May Fabricanta Bakanawa. Joel Patrick Bird with high honors. Holden James Blue. Micah David Andrew Boys with high honors. Mackenzie Marie Correa with high honors. Renee Jacqueline Kennedy with high honors. Jessica Merrill Littman. Eliakim Monte Longakit. Jessica Diane Mitchell with high honors. Christelle Montoya with high honors. Jenna Leanne Stusik, with high honors. Momo Sylvia Tanaka, with high honors. Xin Tian. Veronica Marie Wallace. Vanessa Renee Welsh, with high honors. Anthony Allen Wood, with high honors. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Arts and Science, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Bachelor of Science 3-year. I present to you Megan Taylor Barr. Stephen Michael Hall. Oscar Ho, with great distinction. Tanisha Page Lutz, with great distinction. Andrew Megan MacDonald. Madison Kathleen Ogilvie. Ashley Michelle Rose Smith. Vancy Wing-E To. Caitlin Patricia Wasnik, with great distinction. Jenica Laurel Whitrow.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Arts and Science, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Bachelor of Science 4-year. I present to you Ikra Abbasi. Melissa Dawn Ackerman, with great distinction. Osama Maher Ahmed. Lean Ali, with great distinction. Jonathan Daniel Allen. Tyson Anweiler. Shovani Arsaradam, with great distinction. Georgia Cameron Bailey, with great distinction. Marcy Jean Bolak, with great distinction. Cassidy Lauren Bell, with great distinction. Nana Arhimba Hini Boysen. I keep it. Morgan Marie Bratton. Michelle Lynn Brandt. Varinder Singh Brar, with distinction. Kristen Amanda Brianna Brown. Courtney Darlene Caddy. Edie Nakachuku Chuku, with distinction. Sean David Clark. Talina Jade Clark. Mackenzie Jaden Clark. Michaela Renee Clarkson, with distinction. Sydney Margaret Condon. Rachel Erin Derrychuk, with distinction. Jenna Mary Dela Cruz. Colin Scott Depker. Natalie Christine Iko Bichon, with great distinction. Mazen Abobeda Elgalad. Kamiko Ann Mantilia Espiritu, with great distinction. Hind Farid. Carly Fair. Tasnia Ferdusi. Baljut Kaur Greywall. Alexander Scott Halpin, with great distinction. Rebecca Rose Hartle. Anisha Ray Hissler. Amy Emma Hergott. Simon Ernest Repenkal Hernandez. Marianne Carissa Elaine Haru, with great distinction. Elizabeth Catherine Hill. Kendra Rose Himmelsbeck, with distinction. Cody Hobbs. Jillian Emily Hiller. Renelle Brianne Humphreys, with distinction. Emily Jans van Rensburg, with distinction. Mikkel Karamat. Eva Karki, with great distinction. Rudy Curlis, with great distinction. Abd El Wahab Kawaja, with great distinction. Dennis Nick Kutzel. Alan Joseph Cram. Vivek Kumar. Michaela Ida Jean Loeb, with great distinction. Shanda Brooke Marie LaVenture. Cole David Libner, with great distinction. Justin Randall Lind, with great distinction. Serena Liu, with distinction. Caitlin Annie Marine Lynch. Thank you. Emma Rose Meld, with great distinction. Nilufar Maktabi Jaromi, with great distinction. Maha Mansour, with great distinction. Dominic Francois Maza. Selena Muse, with great distinction. Todd William Nelson. Nathan W. Cole Oakes. Praise God, Okechukwu. Tolu Lupe Opeyemi Omoyefa. Quinlan Stevenson Pon, with great distinction. Amina Papula. Zohair Rafid Hamed, with distinction. Yanuki Dilshani Rajapaksha, with great distinction. Hania Raymond. Alexandra Paige Riley. Katrin Helena Ritchie, with great distinction. Kellyanne Shepherd, with great distinction. Edmias Alamahua Shifra. Sim Singh, with great distinction. Shaylin Blaine Karen Standish, with great distinction. Emily Elizabeth Sterling, with distinction. Ashley Rose Stewart. Joe William Tazy, with great distinction. Megan Dawn Thompson, with great distinction. Jordan Christina Tilbury, with great distinction. Matthew Turong. Neelan Mark Verma, with great distinction. Robert Wall. Jacqueline Louise Warnick. Thomas Wingate. Angela Ray Walney, with distinction.
Ayang Yu. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Arts and Science, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Bachelor of Science Honors. I present to you Samitha Mawahatagi and Rahinity, with high honors. Fatma Ismail Babikr, with high honors. Maricris Narvato Bautista, with high honors. Luke Elliott Baxter, with high honors. Casey Michelle Berscheit, with high honors. Devin Truscott Borrowman, with high honors. Brandon Stephen Brissaw. Maria Audrey Jaline Lanto Broqueza. Jialu Chen. Muskan Sheena, with high honors. Jonathan David Chow, with high honors. Beatrice Chung. Dalton Wade Felix Cloutier. Patrick James Deptuck, with high honors. Sydney Alexa Emmons. Raja Rachel Fun, with high honors. Catherine Jane Fedorov, with high honors. Nikki Marie Forsberg, with high honors. Ashlyn Elizabeth Foth. Marlies Forey, with high honors. Sadesh N. Gautam. Kiana Sasha Gavami, with high honors. Esteban Nicolas Gutierrez Perez. Mitchell Wayne Hebert. Angela Kaylee Howell, with high honors. Yolanda Rita Yanacci. Ryan John Zuith Jakula. Justine Lynn Jabe. Chloe Johnson, with high honors. Gavin Anthony King. Christian Timothy Andrew Corden, with high honors. Kelsey Joan Kowalczuk, with high honors. Joseph Nicholas Lafont. Mignon Leroux, with high honors. Helen Lang, with high honors. Sean William Lipsett, with high honors. Nolan Semrau Mastel, with high honors. Benjamin Rodney McMillan, with high honors. Ayan Mualin. Angela Christine Murray, with high honors. Desiree Node, with high honors. Ty Anthony Edward Newman. Julia Maureen Newton, with high honors. Lavi Nguyen, with high honors. Tina Nguyen. Michael Alexander Palmer, with high honors. Zachary Stephen William Pollock, with high honors. Braden Richards. Amanda Lee Ronquist, with high honors. Jasleen Saini, with high honors. Waqar Ali Shah. Mohammed Ahmed Shoker, with high honors. Samantha Aurelia Skibo, with high honors. Samantha Lynn Stanky. Duncan Edward Thomas, with high honors. Natalia Tokarska. Thomas Van Brugel. Jose Carlos Verdiales Castro, with high honors. Grace Westbury, with high honors. Stephanie Margaret Witham. Aidan Philip Wittig. Chloe Sydney Wu, with high honors. Cherie Naomi Zorb, with high honors. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Arts and Science, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Bachelor of Arts and Science 4-year. I present to you Gurjot Boparai, Simone Regan de Brownie, with great distinction. Martinique Lukey Downs, with great distinction. Chandra Don Gatsky, with great distinction. Tasha Leda Maltman, with distinction. Kelly Rana. Michael Alexander Ruffel, with great distinction. Fanan Meskerem Tewelde. Ugobame Ikichuku Uchibeke. Vanessa Christine Future. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Arts and Science, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Bachelor of Arts and Science honors. I present to you Anthony Andrew Philip Barron, with high honors. Lauren Taylor Dick, with high honors. Bryn Marie Kostanek, with high honors. Amber Dawn Ross, with high honors. Cherise Joseph Schleckaway, with high honors. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Faculty of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies, I present to you these scholars from the College of Arts and Science and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Master of Arts. I present to you Lindsay Victoria Herman. Royu Jan. Adiba Shiraj. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Faculty of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies, I present to you these scholars from the College of Arts and Science and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Master of Science. I present to you Kimberly Ann Ray Miller Aktivichuk. Don't go yet. Kevin Richard Barros Novak. Laura Cristina Cardenas Ortiz. I take it. Carlo Rosario Casanova Cilia. Samira Sumaila. Lindsay John Nicholas Wesolowski. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Faculty of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies, I present to you these scholars from the School of Environment and Sustainability and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Master of Environment and Sustainability. I present to you Sujita Budathoki. Lorelei L. Ford. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Faculty of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies, I present to you these scholars from the School of Environment and Sustainability and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Master of Sustainable Environmental Management. I present to you Ifeanyi Chigozie David Chiedo. Peter Gay Alexis Gilliard. Bolahan Oluwashun Jibodu. Valentine Chiboku Kanu. Ruth Muturi. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Faculty of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies, I present to you these scholars from the Johnson Shoyama Graduate School of Public Policy and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Master of International Trade. I present to you Mohammed Sayedul Islam. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Faculty of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies, I present to you this scholar from the Johnson Shoyama Graduate School of Public Policy and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Master of Northern Governance and Development. I present to you Maria Yakovleva. James Alexander Searson. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Faculty of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies, I present to you these scholars from the Johnson Shoyama Graduate School of Public Policy and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Master of Public Administration. I present to you Ellen Asabie Amoafo. Twyla Dawn Hale. Samuel Carba Kenyoro. Sylvia Gegorgieva Koteva. Emmanuel Leonard. Sydney Jane Engen Little. Lillian Yvonne Lizzie. Rochelle Anastasia Jewel Lubin. Christopher Eric Martin. Bethany Penn. Barrett Eleanor Pugh. Shawnake Sasha Gay Sterling Daly. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Faculty of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies, I present to you these scholars from the Johnson Shoyama Graduate School of Public Policy and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Master of Public Policy. I present to you Stephen Jerome Cyril Francoux. Boa Kim. Asa Lee Marshall. Ladies and gentlemen, it is customary at the University of Saskatchewan that after being admitted to their degree, our PhD graduates will be met by their supervisor and escorted to join the platform party in a symbolic welcome to a global community of scholars. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Faculty of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. I present to you Razak Abu. Jennifer Budny. Alexandra Conway. Adam Lee Crane. Ankur Jamwal. Mélanie Jean. Sarim Malak Mohammed Nijad. Mariam Nurimand. Luis Ignacio Quiroz Arango. Kyle Daniel Reed. Jacqueline Ann Tomara. Please join me in congratulating these graduates on their certificates and degrees.
Eminent Chancellor, in the name of the faculties, I ask you to grant the degrees, diplomas, and certificates in absentia to those students who have met the requirements to graduate but were not able to be present today.
At the request of the faculties, I authorize these degrees, diplomas, and certificates to be granted.
Good afternoon. The Spring Convocation 3-year degree medal is awarded to the most distinguished graduate in a 3-year program in the College of Arts and Science. It is my pleasure to present Tanisha Page Lutz as the 2018 recipient of this medal. Tanisha is graduating today with a 3-year degree with great distinction in biochemistry. Congratulations. Now you have to stand there and be embarrassed. Tanisha is originally from Melville, Saskatchewan, and in her graduating year from Melville Comprehensive School, she was a Schulich Leader nominee and received a Spirit of Youth Award. For her academic excellence in her secondary studies, Tanisha received a George and Marcia Ivany President's First and Best Scholarship, which brought her to the University of Saskatchewan in September 2015. During her time at the University of Saskatchewan, Tanisha was named to the Dean's Honor List in both 2015-16 and 2016-17. In her nomination for this award, one of Tanisha's nominators praised her as an exceptional student, able not only to memorize a plethora of scientific facts, but able to connect and apply concepts to demonstrate a deep understanding of the highly complex processes of living things. The department has expressed sadness that such a promising student is leaving the program after only 3 years, but are pleased for her as she goes on to the University of Waterloo's Doctor of Optometry program. Pursuit of leadership opportunities began for Tanisha with her participation on the student representative government at Melville Comprehensive School. She has attended several leadership conferences, including the Global Vision Leadership Conference on 2 occasions and the University of Saskatchewan Student Leadership Conference in January 2017. Tanisha was also an active member of the Biochemistry Student Association in 2017-18, which included coordinating, organizing, and publicizing social events, educational nights, and the 2018 graduation reception. As part of the Student Association, she was also a mentor to junior students. Giving back to her community and leaving it a better place than she originally found it are positive attributes reflected in the range of volunteer engagement Tanisha has undertaken. On campus, Tanisha served as a note-taker through Disability Services for Students, and she has also volunteered through Big Brothers Big Sisters of Canada and the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Eminent Chancellor, I am pleased to present Tanisha Page Lutz as the 2018 recipient of the Spring Convocation 3-year medal. The University Medal in a Bachelor of Arts and Science degree is awarded annually at each spring convocation to the most distinguished graduate in the College of Arts and Science graduating with a Bachelor of Arts and Science degree. This year's recipient is Amber Dawn Ross, who graduates today with the Bachelor of Arts and Science honors degree with high honors in Environment and Society. Prior to her secondary studies at the University of Saskatchewan, Amber completed a new media communication certificate and a dynamic web development advanced certificate at Saskatchewan Polytechnic. With her studies at the University of Saskatchewan, Amber has distinguished herself as an exceptional student. Not only has she displayed meritorious work, but she has done so while undertaking the most challenging required and optional courses that make up her program. She also completed the coursework for a minor in geomatics and a certificate in sustainability. Amber has received several scholarships and awards in recognition of her academic achievements. These include, but are not limited to, the A.K. Chakravarti Scholarship, the Margaret Mary Richards Scholarship in both 2016 and 2018, a Sask Energy Scholarship, and a University of Saskatchewan undergraduate scholarship. In her spare time, when she has some, Amber has been engaged in music, particularly the drums. And with the Saskatoon Academy of Music, she was a drum instructor for 4 years. In 2014, Amber began volunteering with Girls Rock Camp Saskatoon. Through collaborative music creation and performance, this organization is dedicated to the empowerment of self-identified female youth and adults. Beginning in May 27, Amber's employment experience started to reflect her academic path as she began to work for Environment and Climate Change Canada. Amber began in a co-op internship position and is now doing contract work for ECCC. In her future career, Amber hopes to be a leader in transitioning from the use of fossil fuels to renewable energy alternatives. She also hopes to have a social impact through improvements to environment health. Eminent Chancellor, I am pleased to present Amber Dawn Ross as this year's recipient of the 2018 University Medal in a Bachelor of Arts and Science degree.
I'm always impressed that the Dean of Arts and Science has a bag and bringing the gifts, so that's great. Everyone, thank you. I just want to add a couple of words and thoughts. I want to, on behalf, I'm Tony Vanelli, I'm the Provost and Vice President Academic, and I'm here to present the Governor General Gold Medal. I want to look at this wonderful graduating class before me and before us today. And but on behalf of the wonderful faculty that's on stage with me and the ones who have taught you, and the others that are here that I would like to think are faculty, have been part of your education, and the wonderful parents, grandparents, friends and family that are here, we are truly honored that you are graduates from the University of Saskatchewan, as the President said. Do it with conviction and pride. Go out there and begin the journey after this that continues to be the journey of life, and enjoy it. And folks, show them how it's done, the Saskatchewan way, and make sure by the end of it they know how to spell Saskatchewan. Okay? Just promise me that. Eminent Chancellor, President Stoichev, it gives me great pleasure to present our 2018 Governor General Academic Medals on behalf of Julie Payette, the Governor General of Canada. In 1873, Canada's third Governor General after Confederation, Lord Dufferin, created these academic medals. And now for more than 145 years, the Governor General's academic medals have recognized the outstanding scholastic achievements of students in this country. Bronze medals are awarded to secondary school level students silver at the undergraduate level, and this afternoon we're going to be giving a gold medal, which recognizes graduate accomplishments. Recipients are selected for their academic excellence and have the highest average in their high school or post-secondary institution. The University of Saskatchewan has the opportunity to award 2 medals and 2 silver medals annually. It gives me great pleasure to introduce our gold medal recipient, Adam Crane. Thank God he showed up. Dr. Crane, they have Mr. Crane here. Dr. Crane completed his PhD in biology under the supervision of Dr. Maud Ferrari. For his dissertation, Dr. Crane studied social behavior and fear and the application of animal models to post-traumatic stress disorder. Currently, he is a postdoctoral fellow in the Department of Biology at the University of Saskatchewan, and he will soon start a prestigious Banting postdoctoral fellowship at Concordia University, actually my alma mater. Dr. Crane received the Vanier Canada Graduate Scholarship and has over 35 peer-reviewed publications. He was born in Jacksonville, Florida, and was raised in Atlanta, Georgia. Dr. Crane received a master's degree in biology from Missouri State University and his bachelor's degree in biology from Harding University. It is my pleasure to introduce to you Dr. Adam Crane to acknowledge his outstanding academic excellence and to present him with the Governor General's Gold Medal. Adam.
Could I now direct your attention to the video screen for a message from the University of Saskatchewan Alumni Association?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this brings our convocation ceremony to a close. But before we do, I would like to thank a number of people. Our honorary degree recipient, Mr. David Carpenter for the wonderful presentation. Then I'd like to thank Darren Olerking and the University Wind Orchestra, our vocalist, Angela Urichanine, our drum group, Buffalo Boys Productions, our traditional knowledge keeper, Henry Gardapi, and our sign language interpreter, Tyler Burgess, as well as the teams from the Convocation Office and the Office of the University Secretary, all of whom played an important role in making these ceremonies, I think, a great success. Now finally, to the graduates. Graduates, you have studied hard to earn your degree, and we wish you continued success throughout your lives, both personally and professionally. Congratulations. It is my hope that thanks to your precious experience here, your education at this university, that all have prepared you to meet some of our challenges in our society. Challenges such as how to heal an injured child, how to make art that transforms people's perspectives, how to protect a human right, how to write a poem that explains the feeling of loss or joy, how to deploy capital to produce and market a new product, and how to ensure that food demands are met, and many more. Or in other words, to sum up all of this, how to design and work continually for the just state. Earning your degree will show you value for a lifetime to come. And the education you have received from this great University of Saskatchewan has prepared you to meet these and other challenges head on. So I say, follow your dreams, because that's where you'll find your true passion and success. And in the end, that's what we want for each graduate of this great University of Saskatchewan. Thank you very much for being in attendance. Now, one little request. In closing, I ask that you remain in your seats, at the seats, in order to allow the platform party to leave the stage, and the music will, I guess, begin. Thank you very much all. Thank you.